2 months after the death of popular Memphis rapper Adolph Thornton, aka Young Dolph, the arrest of Young Dolph's killers. Young Dolph death. Young Dolph, whose real name was Adolph Robert Thornton Jr., was buying cookies at Makita's Butter Cookies at about 1 p.m. on Wednesday, the 17th of November, 2021, when 2 gunmen drove up to the side of the store and opened fire. Sadly, Young Dolph was hit and he passed away. The rapper has been known to have had several near-death experiences in the past. An eyewitness stated that the rapper, who released his debut album, King of Memphis, in 2016, was shot as he walked into Makita's homemade butter cookies. Makita's was his favorite cookie store, and he always visited whenever he was in Memphis. A couple of people knew he would be in Memphis for the Thanksgiving holidays, and they set up the rapper. According to the Memphis Police Chief, Saralyn C.J. Davis, the rapper was multiple times in Memphis, Tennessee on Wednesday, the 17th of November, 2021. The chief added, saying, "This is another example of the senseless gun violence we are experiencing locally and nationwide. Our hearts go out to the Thornton family and all who are affected by this horrific act of violence. No suspect information is available at this time," according to Davis. She added it was too early to know the motivation for the arrested. The news that millions of fans of the Memphis rapper have been itching to hear has finally hit the media stream. After Young Dolph was there were various speculations going around the web about who the rapper and those who had a motive. It turns out some of the media speculations were accurate, and it aided the police in the capture of one of Young Dolph's. On January 6, 2022, the Memphis police identified Justin Johnson, popularly known as Memphis rapper Straight Drop, as one of responsible for the death of Young Dolph. A warrant was issued for his arrest, but he attempted to evade capture, which eventually led the U.S. Marshals, Memphis Police, and Tennessee Bureau of Investigation to put a reward of $15,000 to anyone who had any information on his whereabouts. The release read, "The U.S. Marshal Service, Memphis Police Department, Crime Stoppers, and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation are offering a combined reward of up to $15,000 for information leading to the capture of a Memphis man wanted for the of a Memphis rapper. Justin Johnson, 23, is alleged to have shot Adolph Robert to death. Thornton Jr., 36, known by his popular name Young Dolph, in Memphis on November 17, 2021. During the ongoing investigation, the Memphis Police Department issued a first-degree warrant for Johnson for the crime. After his arrest warrant was issued, Johnson did not only try to evade capture, but he also taunted the police. He took to his official Instagram page to post about offering himself up for arrest. "Turning myself in on Monday at 2:01. I'm innocent." A message posted on an Instagram story on the known Instagram account for Straight Drop, @StraightDrop, said, "I'll be back sooner than you can blink." But instead, Johnson went on to release a track and music video titled Track Hawk. He rapped, "Feds watching on fake pages, don't up guns in my camera, keep my mask, the only time he sees my face is I'ma blame him," as he posed with a wad of cash in a gas station parking lot. Johnson was eventually arrested on Tuesday, January 12, 2022. On Tuesday, he was traveling on a highway in Indiana when he was stopped and arrested outside Terre Haute by authorities from the U.S. Marshal's Office, U.S. Marshal Tyrese Miller said. Johnson is being held on a federal probation violation and appeared before a federal magistrate in Indiana on Wednesday, Miller said. A passenger in the car, Shondell Barnett, 27, was also arrested and charged with being an accessory after the fact of first degree and is awaiting extradition to Tennessee. The second was arrested before rapper Straight Drop was identified as Cornelius Smith, a 32-year-old native of Memphis, Tennessee. A grand jury indicted Cornelius Smith on first degree and other charges in the that killed Young Dolph, the Shelby County, Tennessee District Attorney's Office said. Smith, who was arrested last month on an auto theft warrant involving the vehicle used in Young Dolph's, was being held without bond. Smith was stopped on Airways Boulevard by the Dollar General just north of Rasco Road in South Haven when he was arrested for a property crime. Smith was extradited from Mississippi DeSoto County Jail to Tennessee Shelby County Jail on Monday, January 12, 2022. Court appearance. The two have been charged and indicted. Smith had his first hearing on January 13, 2022, and a Fox News reporter posted about it via Twitter. The post read, "Cornelius Smith in court this morning. Extremely short hearing on the theft charge, which is now a part of Young Dolph's case, which a grand jury already indicted Smith on no bond, no lawyer present in court. The case is headed upstairs to criminal court." This was Smith's first appearance since his extradition, and these first hearings are usually held to discuss bond and legal representation for the accused. From the looks of it, it didn't quite go well for Smith Smith as there was no bond set for his release and no lawyer was present for his defense. His case is now headed for criminal court. Justin Johnson was also arraigned before a magistrate court after his arrest on Wednesday, January 13th, 2022. CNN reported Johnson went before a federal magistrate for the Southern District of Indiana Wednesday morning for the charge. He waived his identity hearing and he waived his bond hearing, so in essence, he has agreed to come back to face the federal supervised release charges in the Western District of Tennessee. Johnson is yet to have his official hearing, and he doesn't have any legal representation either. Rumors of a certain attorney representing him in the case were debunked after the attorney claimed he wasn't representing anyone. There's previous crimes. Both Cornelius Smith and Justin Johnson have a lengthy criminal history, and from the looks of it, their criminal history will affect their trial in a major way. Justin Johnson, aka Straight Drop, was held in juvenile custody after he was tried at age 17 on charges of aggravated robbery. Shelby County District Attorney General Amy Weiritz told a news conference. He also served time for 3 people at a bowling alley and had been arrested on state drug and weapons charges. According to Shelby County court records, Johnson pleaded guilty to 3 people at the Billy Hardwick bowling alley in 2017.
We learned in 2017, MPD arrested Johnson, who was then 18, for 3 people at Billy Hardwick's All-Star Lanes bowling alley.
Shelby County Judge Christopher Kraft presided over the case. Kraft said he remembered the court case well. He had no record. He got in a fight with some people at a bowling alley, and they were all mad at each other. He went out to his car, got a gun, came back in, and started. He fired a bunch of shots, and a man was hit in the arm, and a lady was hit in the leg, and another person was grazed, said Kraft. Kraft said he was impressed by Johnson because Johnson immediately took responsibility for what happened and pleaded guilty to aggravated assault. He immediately admitted to his charges and said, "You don't need to indict me. I'll agree to my charges," said Kraft. Because he had no record, he was a range 1 offender, which is 3 to 6 years. Because there were 3 victims, he pleaded guilty and he was sentenced to 5 years in prison. Kraft said in prison, Johnson had an exemplary record and no write-ups, that he went above and beyond what he was expected to do and was released on probation. After 6 months, he asked to get probation because he had done all these classes and arranged to have a job when he got out. Everyone agreed when he came to court since he had no previous record. We put him on probation, said Kraft. Johnson was arrested for having drugs and guns, which meant he was faced with a federal weapons charge. Judge Kraft was mostly disappointed because he believed that Johnson was a bright young man. His probation was revoked and he was sent off to 5 years in prison for the gun charges. Johnson was released in May 2021 from prison but was still under supervision. Since his arrest for his involvement in Young Dolph's death, many people have blamed the judge, claiming that he should have kept Johnson behind bars. Kraft made a comment addressing the critics where he said, "When we make decisions about whether or not to give another chance, there are going to be a few people we give another chance and they fail. But there are going to be thousands of people we give another chance to and it changes their life and they never come back." Cornelius Smith was already in jail when the charges for the murder of Young Dolph was raised against him. Smith is also charged with first degree along with attempted first degree of Young Dolph's brother, who also got shot while at the bakery, unlawfully carrying or possessing a weapon, employment of a firearm with intent to commit a felony, and theft of property between $10,000 and $60,000. Smith was arrested on December 9th in the South Haven on an auto theft warrant involving the white Mercedes-Benz vehicle used in Young Dolph's, according to the office of Shelby County District Attorney Weiritz. According to reports, the Mercedes was stolen in the carjacking on November 10th at a gas station on Kirby Road. Working on information from a tipster who said the car was used in the murder of Young Dolph, police found the car on November 20th in the 1100 block of Bradley Street in Orange Mound, 3 days after Young Dolph was gunned down. Alleged Yo Gotti. Yo Gotti is the name everyone calls. Although he has been a little bit silent about their beef over the years, fans are super convinced that he had a hand in Dolph's death, and they may not be wrong about it. Just like Black Youngster, Yo Gotti has tried to kill Young Dolph before, and it sent Dolph to the ER with critical gunshot wounds. Luckily, he survived. Here's what happened. Young Dolph got into an argument with 3 men right outside Lowe's Hollywood Hotel, where he was lodged. Apparently, Yo Gotti was also lodged in that hotel, and the 3 men who were involved in the altercation with Dolph were members of Gotti's entourage. While they were arguing, one of the men got trigger happy and shot at Young Dolph multiple times. Dolph was able to hide in a nearby shoe place until the ambulance came to take him to the hospital. The men were arrested, but Yo Gotti wasn't. Black Youngster. Black Youngster has been struck since the day Young Dolph died, as every finger has been pointing at him I mean, why not? He has openly attacked Young Dolph severally, and even more. He was once arrested for attempting to Young Dolph. Could it be that he finally got the chance this time around? You see, Black Youngsta has never really flowed with Young Dolph, mostly because he is loyal to Yo Gotti. And Gotti and Dolph do not play well together either. Black Youngsta hated Young Dolph the most after Young Dolph claimed that he was the king of Memphis. He didn't like that at all, so he went on to call out Young Dolph and tell him he wasn't the king of the M because he wasn't even from Memphis. He said, "You ain't even no king of Memphis. He ain't from the city. He from Chicago. When I see that at Young Dolph, I'ma smack the out of him on my life." The smoke between Young Dolph and Black Youngsta got more intense in 2017 when Black Youngsta was arrested for involving Young Dolph in North Carolina, Charlotte. Young Dolph was on his way to a concert when a vehicle pulled up on his SUV and started spraying bullets at them. According to Dolph, at least 100 bullets were shot that night, but thanks to his $300,000 bulletproof SUV, he managed to walk out of the scene unscathed. Investigations, however, pointed to Black Youngsta and some of his associates, who were each charged with 6 counts of discharging a weapon into an occupied dwelling or moving vehicle and felony conspiracy, according to arrest records. With all of that smoke between the two rappers, it wouldn't be shocking if Black Youngsta had a hand in it. Young Dolph, family comment. With the recent arrests made by the authorities, they reached out to however, released a statement after Young Dolph passed away in 2021. "There are no words that exist that sufficiently express the pain we are feeling as a family. Losing Adolph, Dolph, Man, changes our lives forever," read the statement. "And while we will take each day as it comes, we are comforted in knowing that he leaves a legacy that reflects his heart." The statement continued, "A heart that was for his family, a heart that was for the people. We are grateful for the outpouring of love. We are grateful that his godly obligation to show kindness to the world is being acknowledged. As a family, we were blessed to call him our son, our nephew, our brother, our cousin, our partner, and our father. And now we have the honor of calling him our angel, a role he has always played."